To take a closer look at it all, we're joined now on a set by French film producer Lahoucine Grimich, producer and part of the collective 50/50, which looks for equality in filmmaking. Thanks so much for coming in and bringing us your time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, we've invited you because today is the day that Gérard Depardieu is expected in court, the first trial after decades of accusations. I mean, how do you see that?
It's a crucial moment for the plaintiff, and I have to salute their courage to bring their Gérard Depardieu in front of the trial. It's a crucial moment because Gérard Depardieu is like a living legend for French cinema. But before being a great actor, we have to mention that he's just a man facing the justice and facing justice for his behaviors and his act in a set.
It does seem to have taken quite a long time to get to this place. I mean, we've had accusations against him for decades, and we've had very high-profile French people coming out to defend Gérard Depardieu over the years.
Yeah, we need changes, and he's a great actor, but he also did assault to women in sets and outside of movie set, and he brought people to the cinema. People pay the tickets for him, so he's bankable, and we don't want to turn our back to a bankable guy.
You think that's why people support him and protect him, is because he brings the money?
In the industry, yeah, of course.
But do you think that with a trial like today's trial, do you see things as changing? I mean, we had another trial, maybe not as well known as Gérard Depardieu, but there was a French director convicted just last month or in February for a sexual abuse of an actress.
Yeah. I think, and it's changing. We are facing a real great moment for the French cinema and French industry. Silence has been often chosen over justice in this industry, because it's easier to just watching on the other side when something is happening in this on the sets.
It's easier to look away.
Yeah.
And who is bringing about this change? It's the women, it's the actors, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. And it's also the industry itself, like bringing the
Dis-moi en français.
Yeah, no. The trainings, because there's trainings in the French industry. It's mandatory since the 1st January of this year, 2025, for everybody working in the set.
Everybody?
Yeah.
All the actors?
Actors and technicians
and
team, everybody. In 2020, it was mandatory for producers. If you want money from the CNC,
the state,
yeah, you have to do this training on sexual harassment.
Understanding what it is and how to.
Yeah, exactly. And we have anti-harassment officers in the sets now. If you are a witness of something, if something happened to you, you go to this officer and you can talk with him. They are not the solutions, and their role is not to resolve the problems, but it's a first step to open the
discussion.
Yeah,
and is that
exactly.
a neutral person? I mean, who's that person employed by?
They are mostly volunteers.
Okay.
They are working on the set, and they are volunteers to be anti-harassment officers.
Because sometimes it can be hard to go to a colleague, and we all know how relationships develop. It's not always easy.
And there's also a talk before the beginning of the shooting, and it's mainly the producers who speaks about what are the measures.
So that's your job then.
Exactly. We have to remember and to remind people that a set is a working place, and as all working places, you should be safe. It should be a safe place. So it's our role as producers to make it safe.
Of course, a lot of abuse as well happens in these meetings, talking about making a film, and people, as you say, especially when somebody like maybe Gérard Depardieu has such a high profile, they feel that they will be cast aside if they say anything. I mean, has there been a history of that?
Yeah, most of women who had chose to speak out they did it in the cost of their careers.
Yeah, it's a high price to pay. I'm thinking of one very strong woman, Adèle Haenel, the actor.
Yeah, Adèle Haenel.
She stood up and walked out of a French awards ceremony. France was still awarding Roman Polanski,
yeah.
who has been convicted in the US of unlawful sex. So is France very different then from other countries when it comes to what they feel is acceptable?
I don't think so, but we have this idea coming from the Nouvelle Vague in the 60s, where the director is like a living god on the set. He's powered with the creative energy, so we have to shut up when he's here and just bow and respect everything he is doing. And it's not true. He's just like a technician. He's paid by the producing company to do the movie. Even he's got this creative aura, we have to just finish with that.
Okay, and you do think this is starting to change now? Because there's been quite a lot of cases in France at the moment. Do you think that the can has opened, if you like, or the door is opened, and that people feel freer to speak?
Yeah, and I think it's also with the new generations.
They're braver?
Yeah.
Or just that things have changed?
No, they are bringing the changes.
Okay, they are aware at least of what is wrong and what is not acceptable, perhaps.
Exactly.
More than, because, you know, it's again that those letters of support from so many people, including actors in France, has shocked a lot of people around the world. I mean, are there still people in the industry that think the Me Too, as they call it, has gone too far? There does seem to be a bit of a pushback.
Yeah, we had a book about that lately by Caroline Fourest, Le Vertige Me Too. And I think it's just a mistake to think like that. When you see the statistics of sexual assault or rape in France, it's really frightening. We have 30,000 complaints of rape just in 2023, 90,000 in total, including sexual assault, and 70% of complaints did not lead to a trial.
Yeah, they're brushed aside with people are told, though, there's not enough proof.
Exactly. There's a lack of evidence.
So what happens currently on sets if somebody comes with a complaint? What happens then once they've told this person on the set that...
Oh, yeah, we can stop the shooting. It's very expensive, but we have insurances to do that. We can stop for 3 days.
But will people?
Sorry?
Will producers make that call, or directors?
It's
happening?
It's happening.
Yeah.
It happened on the set of Caroline Beaumarchand. She's a French producer with a movie that will be released this week. And the producer have to... And it's very complicated position for producer because we are running a movie and we have to do an investigation, but we are not the right person to do that. And there's also money problems, but who pays for that? And where you're stopping a set, what happened during these days?
OK, sadly we'll have to leave it there, but there's a lot more to discuss on how we could eke out that solution. But I'm glad to think it has begun. Lahoucine Grimich, thanks so much for giving us your time on France 24.